Well, the verdict is in the Ahmaud Arbery case. I'm going to go ahead and roll the report, and I will be right back.
All three white men charged in the death of Ahmaud Arbery were convicted of murder Wednesday in the fatal shooting that became part of a larger national reckoning on racial injustice. The convictions for Greg McMichael, son Travis McMichael, and neighbor William Roddy Bryan came after jurors deliberated for about 10 hours. The men face minimum sentences of life in prison. It is up to the judge to decide whether that comes with or without the possibility of parole. Travis McMichael stood for the verdict, his lawyer's arm around his shoulder. At one point, McMichael lowered his head to his chest. After the verdicts were read, as he stood to leave, he mouthed "love you" to his mother, who was in the courtroom. Moments after the verdicts were announced, Arbery's father, Marcus Arbery Sr., was seen crying and hugging supporters outside the courtroom. "He didn't do nothing," the father said, "but run and dream." The McMichaels grabbed guns and jumped in a pickup truck to pursue the 25-year-old black man after seeing him running in their neighborhood outside the Georgia port city of Brunswick in February 2020. Bryan joined the pursuit in his own pickup and recorded cell phone video of Travis McMichael fatally shooting Arbery. Arbery's killing after the graphic video leaked online 2 months later. Though prosecutors did not argue that racism motivated the killing, federal authorities have charged them with hate crimes, alleging that they chased and killed Arbery because he was black. That case is scheduled to go to trial in February. The jury sent a note to Superior Court Judge Timothy Walmsley soon after returning to court Wednesday morning asking to view two versions of the shooting video, the original and one that investigators enhanced to reduce shadows 3 times apiece. Jurors returned to the courtroom to see the videos and listen again the 911 call one of the defendants made from the bed of a pickup truck about 30 seconds before the shooting. The disproportionately white jury received the case around midday Tuesday and spent about 6 hours deliberating before adjourning without a verdict. The McMichaels told police they suspected Arbery was a fleeing burglar when they armed themselves and jumped in a pickup truck to chase him. Bryan joined the pursuit when they passed his house and recorded cell phone video of Travis McMichael blasting Arbery at close range with a shotgun as Arbery threw punches and grabbed for the weapon. On the 911 call the jury reviewed, Greg McMichael tells an operator, "I'm out here in Satilla Shores. There's a black male running down the street." He then starts shouting, apparently as Arbery is running toward the McMichaels' idling truck with Bryan's truck coming up behind him, "Stop right there. Damn it, stop. Travis." Gunshots can be heard a few seconds later. The graphic video death leaked online 2 months later, and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation took over the case, quickly arresting the 3 men. Each of them is charged with murder and other crimes. Defense attorneys contend the McMichaels were attempting a legal citizen's arrest when they set off after Arbery, seeking to detain and question him as a suspected burglar after he was seen running from a nearby home under construction.
Okay, so what other way could you have gone with this? There was no other way you can go with this. None whatsoever. No justification. Even though they put on the tears and tried to make it seem like they were afraid and so frightened. 3 against 1. Oh, we were so frightened that this young man in shorts was just going to take us down. Even though he had nothing in his hands, we were just so frightened. There was no other way you could go with this. No other way. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, even though this was a guilty verdict, there are literally millions of people in this country who feel like an injustice was just done. Did y'all hear what I said? There are literally millions of people who sympathize with those 3. And I don't even need to tell you why. I don't need to tell you why. Of course, we know that if there were 3 black men who pursued, hunted down, and killed a white teenager, that same millions of people would feel as though they needed to be hung if it was the other way around. So what am I getting at here? What am I getting at here? I continue to tell you all that biblical prophecy is being fulfilled. Some of you can't see it because you won't research it. The scripture talks about this battling between races. Of course, it doesn't call it races. It doesn't call it black and white and Asian. It doesn't refer to it as that. This is why it's so very important to understand and to know who is who from a biblical standpoint. Who do the three on the left represent from a national standpoint or from a tribal standpoint? Who does Ahmaud Arbery represent from a tribal standpoint? If you can see it from that biblical standpoint instead of from a racial standpoint or a skin color standpoint, then you will understand why we continue to see this battle going on and on and on. The Bible talks about how the children of Edom would have a perpetual hatred for the children of Jacob. And it said that it was going to burn in them forever and ever. And for those of you who don't understand how Jacob and Esau or the Edomites are brothers, the scripture tells you that Esau's seed was spoiled. Much of this was covered in the Whited Out documentary series, so I can't get back off into it in every video that I do. This is why I refer you back to the Whited Out documentary series. And there's so much more that hasn't even been covered, even in all of that. But this is just my report on this guilty verdict. It couldn't have gone any other way. And like I said, those of you who believe that there was an injustice done here, something's going on in your mind and in your heart. You need to check your heart, check your motives, understand why. I want to help you too to understand why you feel the way that you do. There is definitely a spiritual, biblical reason why you can't bring yourself to have any type of sympathy for that melanated man on the right. No one is saying that he is perfect and that he was an angel. That's not what this is about. But he certainly did not deserve to be hunted down and killed the way that he was, and for them to try to say that they all felt threatened by him, like he was the one that was pursuing them. And he had no weapon. And they did. I'm done with this report. In the comment section, remember to keep it tight and keep it right. But until next time. We hope you liked today's topic. Please leave your comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share it like this video, and with that, we're out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.